Welcome you all to my YouTube channel. I am your host Amit and hope you all are good and well. Today we will learn about file handling. In this video lecture series, I am going to cover the following topics starting from a brief introduction to file, then what are the needs of files, then different types of files in which we will learn about text file, binary file and comma separated file. Then how to open a file, different modes of opening a file, then file object and finally closing a file. And later on we will learn about the remaining topics in upcoming videos. So let's start. Before starting the actual topic, I will give you a short introduction to file. Till now, in Python programming, we have taken input from a user at the runtime. But what if we need the input again after few days? The only solution is to run the code again and take the input to get the desired output. Think of another situation when the output of any program is too large so that it cannot be displayed on a screen at the same time. So, what to do? The only solution is to run the code again and again. Another situation arises when any program or file is needed after some time, but we don't keep that file in the main memory. These problems arises because whenever we are writing any program, it is stored our primary memory, and these primary memory of a computer system is volatile in nature. Volatile memory are those kind of memory which vanishes everything after a certain period of time, or generally when the computer system is switched off. So there is a rise in need of a data file. A data file is nothing, it is stored in the main memory of a computer system, that is a secondary memory which is non-volatile in nature. We will keep a program or data or any file in the secondary memory which can be used in further time. Not only Python, every programming language like C, C++, Java are enough competent to work or handle any file. In this video, we will learn how to open a file, how to create a file, how to delete a file, how to overwrite the content of a file, how to add any information in the existing file, that is appending, and finally how to close a file. Now, what is data files? Data files are nothing but it is a file which stores information in the non-volatile memory of our computer system. This non-volatility of the memory in our computer system ensures us to keep the data files so that it can be used in future. There are three types in which the data files are kept in our computer system. These are text file, binary file, and comma separated file. We will learn about these in details. First, we will learn about text file. Text file is nothing but a sequence of alphabet, digit, and other special symbols into lines. Like we are, while we are creating any project, we have to work on Microsoft Word. We are entering our entries, our introduction, anything, words, alphabet, images in Word. In Python or in text information, the data is stored in ASCII code or Unicode character. In text file, each line with a special character which is end of line. The termination of each line is terminated by end of line. Like when we press enter, the cursor will jump down to the next line. This text file can be readable by human. The extension for text file are .txt, .rtf. This kind of file can able to store text only and can be accessible through any text editor. Without any text editor, we cannot even read the text file. This file stores the information in the permanent storage that is non-volatile in nature. Then the binary file. As the name suggested, binary means the binary bits, that is 0 or 1, which is the computer understandable digits. Binary file contains a collection of bytes which are not readable by human but can be readable by the machines, generally the computer system. Binary data file stores anything in the same format, starting from image, video, audio, etc., can be stored in the similar format. In binary form, there is no delimiter, means there is no separator between two words or characters. This makes the execution of a binary file easy and faster because the memory is less and the number of files is less. The information actually is less. This file can only be opened through application from which it is developed or created. Like we have seen that .exe file is only uh, run by the particular setup file. It only run by the softwares which we are getting on, like antivirus, like Photoshop, like Word. They have their proper extension with them. These files have application dependent extensions, means every application have its own extension. Next, we will learn about comma separated file, CSV file. This is the most important file which we will learn. The file stored in .csv extension. We can read this data like we are reading in text file. But the only difference between text file and comma separated file is that the information is separated by a comma or a delimiter in CSV file, while there is no such separation between the characters in text file. Each line is taken as a row and each value separated by a comma is taken as a column. That's why we are calling that data stored in a CSV file is in tabular form. Why this CSV file is needed? The only reason is that CSV file can store a high volume of data and it is very easier to import those data into spreadsheets, that is Excel sheets or Google Sheet. The only difference between spreadsheet and CSV is that we are only provided with a single sheet in CSV file while there are lots of number of sheets provided in Excel sheet. We can apply formulas in the cells of Excel sheet, but there is no such facility in CSV file. We cannot even save a particular column, a row or a cell in CSV file, but this facility is available with the Excel sheet and Google Sheet. But this CSV file is very useful while creating a website. Now we will learn how to open a file. We have learned different types of file, that is text file, binary file and CSV file. Now we will learn how to open this file, because before reading, writing to a file and appending any data or deleting any data from a file, it must to be opened first. And for opening any file, you are saying that there are three syntaxes below, which denoted file object is equals to open file name. Second, file object equals open file name comma mode. File object equals open path of the file and mode. These three statements can be very useful to open a file. In the first statement, you are saying that we have only specified a file object name and a function called open the file name. The interpreter will search the name of the file which we have entered in the current directory, because we have not described the path of the file where it is actually stored. So it will search the file in the current directory. But we have not specified any mode, but by default the mode is the reading mode. In second statement, we are saying that we have specifically applied the mode of opening, like read mode, write mode, appending mode. We open the file from the file name. The interpreter will search the file name in the current directory, because in the second statement here we have not specified the path, so the interpreter will search the file in the current directory and open the file in the mode which we have described. In the third statement, follow the path of the file. We will give the path of the file. If the file does not exist in the current directory, then we will provide the actual path where the file exists, and with that the mode of operation. In the right hand side, you are saying that there is a file object. We will discuss about the file object later on. Now we will learn about the different file modes. In the previous slide you have seen the mode. Now we will learn about the file modes. Whenever we open a file through any programming language, the interpreter needs in which mode we will open the file. So to specify a mode is very necessary. There are basically three types of mode, that is read mode, write mode and append mode, which you are seeing on the screen. First, in read mode, it is actually the default value. Whenever we are not applying any mode or specifying any mode, the file will open in this mode, that is read mode. It will open the file in the reading mode and it will generate an error if the file is not actually created. That is, in the directory the file is not actually present. The second mode is write mode. It will open the file in the writing mode and it will create a file if does not exist. If in the current directory the file does not exist, it will create a file. And keep in mind, if there is a file already exists in the current directory, if we open the file in the write mode, it will override the whole content which is written previously in that file. Next is append mode. Append mode is somewhat similar to writing mode, but appending means to add in the existing, while in writing mode we are overwriting, but in appending mode we are just adding into the previous data. The only difference between is the writing mode and appending mode, that we will add the line in the current data files, and appending mode will also create the file if it does not exist in the current directory. Moving on, you will see R plus mode, W plus mode and A plus mode. It is nothing but in R plus mode we will read and write, W plus mode we will write and read, and append plus mode we will append and read. The additional features of reading is added with R, W and A. Then further you will see RB, WB and AB. RB stands for read in binary. We have learned about the text file and the binary file. The first 6 modes are for the text file, and the next RB, WB, AB, RB plus, WB plus, AB plus is for binary file. That is, when we store the data in binary format, so we have to open the file in binary format. So for that The file modes are RB, WB and AB. The RB will open the file in binary form. WB ensures to write in binary form. AB ensures to append in binary form. And similarly, RB plus, WB plus and AB plus will allow us to read and write simultaneously and append and write simultaneously. There is another mode, that is X. It will only create a file and it will return error if file already exists in the current directory. So these file modes are needed in further when we'll see the practical applications and practicals for creating a text file, binary file and CSV file. These modes are needed. Then this is a very important topic in this video. Now we will see how to open a file. You will see on your screen at the top there are three statements. File1 equals open test.txt, file2 open test.txt r, file3 open c/user/amit/text.txt in r. These are the three statements, as we have already seen in the previous video how to open the file. There is example. The file1, file2 and file3 at the right hand side of the three statements are nothing but the file object, or we can say file handle. And the open is a function to open the desired file, that is test file. You will see in the first statement that the statement written file equals open test.txt. The Python will search for the file in the current directory, and if the file does not found, it will return an error name file not found error. And by default the Python will open the file in read mode. In second statement you will see we have specified the mode similar to first file. There only change that we have specified the mode. It will do the same thing. If file not found, it will generate an error, the name file not found error. Similarly, in third statement we have specified the location, actual directory of the location, that the file lies in C drive, then in user folder, then in user there is a user name Amit, and in that there is a file that is test, and we have specified in the statement 3 the mode of opening. Similarly, if the file does not find in that directory, it will generate an error file not found. Now we will understand what the statement clearly. You will see in the third statement that there are two backslashes is used in the statement. Why? It is due to the escape sequence in Python. If we not use the double slash, it will be treated as \t, that is tab character, which produce an error while locating the file in the dictionary. Read the line. We also use a single slash but along with a raw string. The statement 3 can be work with another statement which is written in red color. File3 equals open r double inverted comma c \user \amit \text.txt and double inverted comma r. The alternative statement, if we forgot to use the double backslash, so alternatively we will use r, that is raw string, which enables us to work similarly while we are using with double slash. The first r resembles that this is the prefix at the front that makes the statement, that is raw string, and the second r specifies the mode of opening of the of the file, that is in read mode. Then finally we will come to know what is a file object, which we are seeing in every statement. At the right hand side there are file1, file2, file3 equals open, means we have learned that is a file object. Now we will come to know what is a file object. File object is nothing but is a file reference. Like whenever we are going to anywhere, we are referring to anyone, any place. Like we have to go to, say, let's say market, so you will say that that shop is near that mandir, or that place, that park. So that is reference, for use of reference, that whenever you have to refer anyone, so please go, we are referring. In the same way, the actual file which is stored in the memory is referred by this file object. It opens the file and available for us for making different operations on them. File object is very useful tool, as through this Python program can open and work on the files present in the hard disk of a computer. No function can be performed without the file object. So it is very necessary to create a file object for a file to be opened. Whenever a programmer writes file open function, Python starts storing the reference as mentioned in the file object. That means there, whenever we are creating any change, the first change is created in file object. The changes made by us is not directly appending or changing the data in the actual file. It is actually changes in the file object, that is image of the file. We can also say that file object is nothing that a image of a data file, of the actual data file, and we are making any change in the file object, that is we are making any change is a copy of the actual file, and when we commit that changes, then the changes will be overwritten on the actual data file. And through this object and data file, a file can be read either character wise or by line wise. While reading any file, we will see in practicals that while reading any file, we will read the file through a file object. Okay. In this screen you will see that the actual file retained in the actual memory, which is in red color. The file is stored in the actual memory, that is secondary memory of our computer system, the main memory. Whenever we tell to open a file, it will create a file object. It will we will let in the previous slides we have say file1 equals to open test.txt. That file1 is nothing but a file object. So when we say to open a file in read or write mode, it will create a file object and it will link the file object to the actual data file present in the main memory. Then after creating the file object, we will do the operations on the file. Actually first we will do the operations on file object, and that will appear to the file, actual file stored in the secondary memory after closing the file. When we close the file, it will reflect in our actual memory. So this screen depicts that. And finally the opened file must needed to be closed, so that the changes we have made can be stored to the file. So to close a file, the function is close. You will see the statement. We have created a file object file3 equals open. The directory location is c user admin test.txt, and we have opened the file in read mode. And after doing the operations on that, there are few lines more. If we want to overwrite on the data, or we want to add some data by appending mode, We will do that, and finally we will close the file through a function called close. And the syntax for writing is the file object we have created dot close. So you will see that file3 dot close, we have created a file object file3, and finally we will close with the function called close. That's much for for this video. Thanking you. If any query, please feel free to contact us. Thank you. Thanks for watching our video.